everyone. I hope traders and investors alike were green today. Please keep in mind that discipline is the key to your success in trading. Well, today we got some very bearish signals at the end of the day. Today was a fairly easy day. It's kind of like clubbing baby seals. The money was just easy. We knew how strong our trend was to the downside. We were able to take advantage of it. We knew we opened up a little too close to 400, so we didn't expect to take it out in pre-market or to take it out early on at market open. We expected to pull back and then a possible run back up to it. Obviously, we didn't get that, but we did know how strong our trend was to the downside. But we were expecting another inside day. Options expiration week, we were very hot. We got a lot more than inside day, but we weren't really expecting this huge up day yet with the market being so hot. So, but we were able to take advantage of it. So let's take a look at the charts here. We did cool down considerably. The NASDAQ down to 217 from, 400, almost 400. That's a big move down. 169. So we have pulled back. We're still warm, especially 217. So, but we now have room to move in either direction. The S&P 500, we did pull back, still holding that weekly 9 there. You can see our breath chart did turn down, and we knew breath was down today. The dollar, just bearish, ugly bearish wicks everywhere. VIX had an up day right into the daily 9. See how we handle that. So we got crude. Crude had a pretty ugly candle here, holding the 50 so far. See how we act tomorrow. Energy did push at market open. Apple, nice up day yesterday, right back down today. Pretty bearish candle here. We got some signals worse than that, that's for sure. And you can see the push here run right into a wall of resistance and pull back. Gold down day yesterday. Got some follow through off that candle today. Some pretty wide range there. You can see it push back up, but we are now in the Bollinger Bands. That's a good sign. Look to see how we act. If we can pull back tomorrow, which is a possibility, we're going to show you some really bearish candles here. And we also had some other signals we're going to talk about as well throughout as we're going through the charts. But it is a possibility we're going to pull back tomorrow. Look for a move down to the daily 9 and see how we act when we get there. You can see the advanced decline lines did turn over. The S&P 500, the large caps actually closed below the 9. New York Stock Exchange still above the 9. Small caps and mid caps still above the 9. Avi, we posted this chart this morning, talked about it. We're looking for a move down. Got that. Nice move there. AMD down candle today. Definitely there's some much uglier candles here to go after tomorrow. Nvidia seems to hold in well too. AMD weekly down there, just still not a big move down yet, but we could definitely see more downside tomorrow. Affirm candles, these bearish candles are getting bigger here. I would like this below this candle line here, but right now, trying to get back into them Bollinger Bands, where it's where we need to be. Affirm, you can see a nice push at open and then snatch back. You can see how we acted at that 15-minute 50 there, snatch below it, come back, almost retested it, pull back there. Amazon, big move at market open. We had this on the radar. This thing made a monster move. Huge down candle, nice signal there to go in short. Very nice signal there. Amazon, this is Amazon's weekly chart, yes. Pulling back as well, trying to cover some of the last week's big candle there. AMC, you have a dark cloud cover here, big move down. I like to see the candle body close within 67% of the previous candle body. Didn't quite get that, but this is really bearish, and we'll take it. So we're looking for a down move on AMC tomorrow. We did close below the daily 50. Watch for the daily 9 for a move down. I don't know if we'll quite make it there tomorrow, but it's a possibility. Watch for a move down to that daily 9 tomorrow. AMC intraday pulling back. So one of the market indicators that we use, just MOC, to kind of see how the day is traded. That provides opportunities all by itself. So we got a 500 million sell, the early MOC, and then the final MOC. We had a 2.5 billion sell within that 20 minutes, they sold $2 billion worth of stock. So, you know, naturally we would try to look for follow through on that move, just like a bearish engulfing candle. You're looking for follow through off that move. We're looking for follow through off that MOC. Not saying we're going to go straight down tomorrow, but at market open, it's a good possibility that we'll see some of that momentum, downside momentum bleeding in from today. Anything can happen there. We could gap up in the middle of the night on some news or something like that. So it's not a guaranteed thing, and I'm always one to be quick to say play the action. So Amazon's daily candle, I would expect a move down off of that candle there as well. Closed a little below the previous day's red candle. Apple getting rejected, still trying to hold a green candle there for now. Now, this is a very bearish engulfing candle. Not just a bearish engulfing candle, but a very bearish engulfing candle. Still holding the support level. See if we can break that. Look for a move down to the 9 and 20. That's part of the reason why the market's been so hot, because everybody's been buying up them Kathy names for a while. Boeing, looking for a move off the 9 here. We're seeing the 9 starting to change character. So see how this acts. Looks like the 9 possibly wants to roll. We're losing the MACD. I wouldn't bet against that one yet. It's got to be clearly below that 9 before I'm betting against it. Boeing back down to the 9 there. I'm sorry, BABA back down to the 9 there. See how we act. Bank of America in between this 9 and 20, below your 200 as well. Kind of a no trade zone there for me. I needed to get out of that area. Would expect to move down off of that. Bitcoin, weekly kind of flat there. You can see here why. Nice push up flagging here. We talked today about the opportunities that this could provide if Bitcoin did pull back, and we did pull back today. You're seeing the new candle from tonight. 9's on its way up. See how we acted to 9. The 9 may be able to push us up above that resistance level. See, it's made a big move. Stuff needs to pull back, take a breather, cool off. We talked about over the weekend about how a lot of these charts needed to pull back, and we needed some back and fill and then push up. Overall market health, it's better if we move up gradually with bringing the moving averages with it instead of just FOMO straight up. Because those big FOMO moves like that usually lead to a big FOMO move back down. So, and that's just the way the market works. So you got Boeing here pretty flat. Charge point, nice move up, and then today pulled back as well. It's a good chance we'll see a down candle off of this. Definitely stronger signals in the market to buy though. Right here, Chewy, big down candle. Would expect to move down. Watch your 9 and 50 there. Chewy intraday, you can see the huge move down. The 200 acted as your 15-minute 200 acted as support. We cleared that. Took a big move down. Citibank, you got this cup. Put in a cup. There's a good chance, you can expect to put in a handle. So that's probably what's going on here. Let's pull back. As all a handle is on a cup, it's just a higher low. And then looking to push up to put in a higher high. XLP, Staples, huge down candle there today. We were not expecting much out of that, seeing lower highs here. And we just snatched down below the 200. Crowd pushed in pre-market, looked good in pre-market, looked good today, but once again you got a dark cloud cover here, a big bearish engulfing candle back below the 20. I can see a move down to the 9. It's about a $3-4 move there. CVX did try to push. You can see here at the 15-minute we got a symmetrical triangle. It did try to push it open and then snatch back. DraftKings right into the 200. You can see the trend line that it's forming right into the 200 bearish engulfing candle on the way down. We would expect to see some follow through off this candle to come down as well. EA, just an ugly chart here. Need to get out of that 9 and 20. Lily, we posted this morning in the Discord, expecting a move down. We got that nice move there. XLE, bearish engulfing candle back down to the 9. You got the 50 right there also acting as support. ExxonMobil tried to push it. The market open, ran right into this wall. Previous day's resistance, previous day's support, previous day's resistance, always levels to have on your radar. Pushed into it and rejected. For solar, holding the support level, waiting on the 9 to catch up. So we got Google here. This is a small contraction zone here. So we're watching this contraction zone, contraction, expansion trend, looking for a breakout. Like to see a breakout to the upside. This has definitely been one of the weaker charts versus some of these other names. So it's got to break out that contraction zone for me to be interested into it. Halliburton, big bearish engulfing candle today. Very, very ugly candle there. Would expect to see follow through. The Qs, once again, bearish engulfing candle, 50 support. We can get below this daily 50. I would look for a move down to the 9, then look for a move down to your 20. It's not really that hard. If we get below that 50, look for a move down to the 9. If we take that out, look for a move down to the 20. So if we got a lot of people who come into the trading room and at first they feel intimidated. It's so much going on in our trading room. It's not really what you find in books. This is real market action. This is, the things that we talk about move the market intraday. We're day traders. The way we trade options, we're catching big moves off very small moves. So we're able to make big money off small moves in the market, which allows you to take advantage. You can make more money on the bigger moves on the daily trends, or you can make. I personally, I like to take smaller trades, just take more of them, and basically stack it up all day long. But we do things differently, and a lot of people, as new traders are coming in, they are very intimidated. It usually takes a few days. I always tell everybody not to take any trades for a few days, kind of hang out. This is why we give you a trial period. Hang out, just see what we're doing. Ask questions. That's the good thing. You can always be like, "Hey, why'd you take that trade?" And or ask about the trade. And this is what we do. This helps people, new traders, learn about the market, learn about options, learn about small caps. There's just a lot of information. Learn about catalysts. What moves the market? How can you get these intraday moves that pay so well? So you can see the Qs pushed up, rejected there as well on the 15. This is the weekly Qs back down to the 200, to 9, and 20. So you have some support there, still below the 50. Uh, but we have some support there on the weekly. See if that'll hold. Bonds right into the 200 today, to the daily 200. IWM pull back, still holding this 50 in the top of this downtrend. Big candle today on IWM, kind of a evening star here. Textbook likes to see your evening star further up. I like seeing it right here. Honestly, I think they perform better because that tells me for 3 days in a row it was unable to take that level out and continue to smash down. You can also see the downtrend is exactly what we were expecting. A pullback at the downtrend. I wasn't expecting this kind of pullback, but like I say, that's fine. Our tools told us how strong this trend was. That allowed us to come in here and make money on it. We only traded due to, our actual trades come off of price action, but we have tools to help us identify, basically to help us in our decision making. You can see a nice move down today off IWM. You can see JP Morgan below this 9 here, big down candle there. MACD's changing character. LVS hanging out here, flagging, waiting on this 9 to catch up, seeing a character change in that 9. MACD possibly flattening out here as well. RSI is still hot, still needs to cool off. Macy's, we've had a huge run off this contraction zone, expansion to the downside. So we come out of here, the expansion phase started, we pull back, come back, tested the center line, and then we snatch back this big candle here. We're not even going to discuss that. That kind of messed the trend up, but it's all part of the expansion phase. Then continued back. Then we come in here, tried to start the trending phase, then they guided down, so that pulled it back again. Anyway, we have made it back up to this center line. See how we act here. Way it looks right now, possibly looking for a down day. Mara, huge bearish engulfing candle here, just ugly. But we talked about that in pre-market. If crypto pulls back, look for these overextended crypto miners to pull back, and we got exactly what we were looking for. But they were FOMO'd up. You can see Merck to the downside. Merck is testing the Bollinger Bands now. That 50 dailies below it. Meta flagging on your 9. Can that be a buy the 9 opportunity? We'll see tomorrow. Meta 15-minute, nice push up. Give you the signal right there. Big rip down. Huge move down, paid nicely with options. MU closing below your daily 9 there. Microsoft, big down candle right into your 20. Actually, looks like we closed a little below the 20. We had a catalyst on Microsoft this morning, so they've come out and saying they were laying off. We heard that yesterday around 2:30. Then this morning there were some rumors going around that they denied that it wasn't true, and then they come out and confirmed that they were laying people off, and it pulled back today. Bullard, we started really pulling back. The market didn't know what to do on the numbers, but Bullard the bear come out, Bullard the hawk come out, and he started talking, and that's when the market started to pull back. Microsoft, you can see the move down right here. We pushed up at market open, and you can see the move down right there at market open. Pushed up in pre, ripped down on market open, and just pulled back. Microsoft, you can see the 9 and 20s there is resistance. We talked about that over the weekend. Moderna, they had a catalyst as well, a nice gap up. We'll go. You can see they're holding that support level that we pointed out. You can see right here, posted this 15-minute chart in the Discord, was able to push higher. It snatched back to this 15-minute 50, and you can see these 15-minute 50s. We're always saying you need to keep an eye on those. Right up into previous resistance, pre-market resistance. Once again, a lot of traders say, always talking about you don't need to watch your pre-market levels. This is why we watch pre-market levels right here, because we go to these levels, we find areas of interest at these levels. So they are definitely worth watching. MU, you can see the big rip down here. It was another one that was pushing the market or in pre-market heading into market open. NASDAQ, huge bearish engulfing candle. You would expect a down, some follow through off a candle that strong. Netflix, we are flagging into the 9 here. Netflix does have earnings tomorrow after close. So if you want to trade Netflix, be careful because the IV is going to be jacked up on it. NVIDIA, really strong day yesterday, down day today. There is better charts to try to short here. This one into the Bollinger Bands, pulling back. We could pull back here to your 200. Your 9's on the way up. I just think there's better charts to try to go after on a short side. There's definitely weaker charts. I mean, look at this intraday move. It held in fairly well considering a lot of these other charts. NVIDIA right into your 50, pulling back. This is the New York Stock Exchange. This is the weekly chart. We are pulling back here into our downtrend. Still holding the trend, though, that we took out. And we got Palantir here, big down candle, closed back below this previous level of support. Watch your daily 9 there. Would expect a move down. Same here. We pushed up above this 200 or gapped up above this 200, got ripped down. Would expect follow through to come down to the 9 and 50 there. Plug. Just, plugs back into Bollinger Bands here. But once again, I think there's better charts to short. This is holding in fairly well. It's acting like it wants to wait on that 9. I just think there's better charts to short. In my case, I don't short with shares. Just putting this out there. It doesn't really matter how anybody trades as long as you're making money. But I do not short with shares. I do use options. So we got this 50 here, holding this 50. We're below the 9, above the 50 on the Q's monthly chart. Roblex, we got a down day yesterday. We had this big gap up, and then it just basically chopped, give some of it back and chop. Today we had a big down day. That's why we take profits, guys. Starbucks back into your 9 and 50 there. SLB, big down candle. Watch your 9 there. Diamond, huge bearish engulfing candle back below your 9, 20, and 50 on that one, all in one day. So you can see the SPY weekly chart still under this weekly 50, still under our downtrend. And you can see here, this is our daily chart, our 5th touch. The last 2 days we've touched, pulled back. You can see here 9 and 50 support. SPY daily 950 previous support levels here. We're coming into see how we act on that 9 and 50 tomorrow when we get down to that 50. And you can see this big move. So we come in, we chop. We had the PPI to come out. Bullard started speaking. We were just chopping. and we one of our tools that we use broke resistance. Then the market followed and broke resistance. We had a very strong move down, and we knew it because our tools and the Discord that we use. You can also see it right here on your price action. Look at this gap between the 9, and so that's a sign of strength there. Now you have to make a decision when you see something like this, because part of it is it's too extended. I mean, look, it's right outside the Bollinger Bands. So you would think on the 15 you're hanging outside the Bollinger Bands, you're that far extended as I'm extended. So it makes it can be a little difficult to trade. Uh, this is the time, but other charts are saying and other tools are saying be aggressive. So sometimes you have a decision to make, a lot of money to be made on the downside today. You can see short term still bullish, medium term still bullish. I'm sorry, long term bullish, medium term bullish, short term bearish. Square right into previous resistance, big down day. Probably just moving with the market. You can see Starbucks here. Once again, you have an evening star. I can't say it enough. I actually like these better than when they gap up. I just feel like the resistance at this level performs better. You're unable to take out the resistance on the top of the first candle. Taiwan Semi, we've had a nice strong move up since earnings. Bad earnings at that. They bought it back. Nice down candle here today. A lot, there's easier charts to trade than that if you're trying to trade short. This is one of them. XLK, big move down, big bearish engulfing candle. Watch your 50 there for support. Nine's coming up as well. Tesla's had a nice push up since we come down here. We put this hammer in off of this support level on the weekly support. Has been pushing up. Take a look at the daily. You can see we back above this 9 and 20. A lot of times if I was looking at a 1-minute chart, we push up above the 9 and 20 like this, I would expect it to pull back, retest a 9 and push up. So I don't want to count it out yet. There's definitely more bearish candles to trade. Uh, this candle did not cut super deep into the previous candle. Not saying we won't pull back, but just saying that kind of what you would expect there is to take your 9 and 20 out, pull back, retest it, and push. And you can see the intraday 15-minute chart on Tesla. Big move down, holding the 15-minute 200 there. Uber, down day here. Once again, bearish engulfing candle. Visa, huge bearish engulfing candle. Looks like it closed below the 9. GDX, ugly. We gold pullback. We were all about buying gold. Got this contraction zone, started the expansion. I believe gold was mainly moving with the markets here, but with those two candles, I would expect to move down. I'm not saying we'll have another strong trend on the way down, but I would expect to see some downside. Wells Fargo, in between this 50 and 200. XLF, got this cup here. You put in a cup, you can expect to pull back a handle. A handle is nothing but a higher low. See how it acts. Not saying that's what it's doing. It could crash here. And ExxonMobil, big down candle here below the 9. We still got the 50 and 20 down here acting as support. I would expect to see a move down on that as well. And the put to call ratio, we are at, I believe it was 174. We'll get a better reading on that in the Discord in the morning. Chart's not updated yet. Hope everybody has a great night, and I will see you in the trading room.